Well, for more on the reasoning behind Israel's crackdown on anti-settlement activity and the implications it might have, we're now joined by Hagai El-Ad, Executive Director of the Association for Civil Rights in Israel. Now, Mr. El-Ad, thank you for joining us here on RT. What do you think is the reasoning behind this new law?
Good morning. The passing of this law was a bad day for freedom of speech, a bad day for Israeli democracy, and even more unfortunately, it is only the current representation of a rising wave of anti-democratic legislation that is gradually drowning the foundations of Israeli democracy.
Yes, you mentioned that over the last couple of years, Israel has approved a number of controversial laws. Are we seeing a trend here?
Yes, it's been going over the past 2.5 years, the current coalition government. This is now what we would frame the third law in a row that is anti-democratic, impeding on basic democratic principles. The point that we keep reiterating is democracy is not a form of government in which citizens vote once every few years and in between there is the tyranny of the majority. On the contrary, in democracy you do not vote on certain issues, on certain rights. You do not vote on the rights of minorities. You do not vote on human rights. You do not vote on freedom of speech. The passing of the law yesterday, which basically has never been explained sufficiently. Israeli citizens are using boycotts, as a matter of fact, on a wide variety of issues as citizens in any other democratic country, on environmental issues, on consumer issues, and on political issues. Using boycotts is a well-recognized, non-violent, democratic, legitimate form of protest. Since yesterday's law has been passed, now on all of these issues, Israeli citizens could continue using boycotts. If you don't want to buy a certain product, if you're angry with a certain company or with a certain issue, that is your non-violent way, for instance, if you so choose, to express your protest. On all of these issues, this will remain legal. On a single issue, this has now become illegal, on the boycotting of settlement goods, on protesting the occupation.
It's interesting you mentioned Israeli citizens there in particular. Why would the Israeli government target its own people? Won't this just alienate the public?
I think that what is gradually seen here is a process in which norms from beyond the green line, from the occupied territories, where really there are constant gross human rights violations, are gradually trickling into Israel, into the green line. In the occupied territories, it is a mockery to talk about freedom of speech. Now what is happening is that we're also seeing the erosion of the freedom of speech of Israeli citizens. Israel, for many years, and I think rightfully so, has been recognized as a country with strong democratic attributes: a free press, an independent judiciary, free elections, strong protections from essential rights such as freedom of speech, and so on. But what we're seeing here is the gradual, sad process in which the Israeli parliament is by itself undoing, eroding those democratic principles. Not just the prolonged occupation for more than 4 decades, but also targeting the rights of minorities in Israel, and specifically Arab citizens of the State of Israel, targeting human rights organizations and their ability to function freely, something that we've always taken for granted and is now being gradually eroded, and also targeting the independence of the High Court of Justice and its ability to continue to defend human rights and civil liberties in Israel.
Okay, well, thank you very much indeed. We'll have to leave it there for now. Hagai El-Ad, Executive Director of the Association for Civil Rights in Israel. Thank you.
Thank you very much.